Hello, my lovely little garden. There's a beautiful little garden. I don't even remember what my intro is anymore. Anyway, hello. So this is not the video that I had planned, but this is the video you're getting. So I saw Star Wars The Last Jedi for the second time this morning. The theater was so empty, it was great. I hate the full theater. I love being able to sit in the middle. So anyway, I want to preface this by saying I do not intend to become a movie review channel, but every once in a while, if I see a movie and I feel like giving some thoughts, I might do that. So, I was surprised by how many people didn't really care for the movie. I really enjoyed it, but there's a group people that I watched, Red Letter Media. They did not, well, I mean, they kind of liked it. I don't know. They said it was messy and that it was competent. So like it passed, but it wasn't like amazing or anything. So I didn't notice it being messy, but let's dive into it a little bit more. Oh, there was also a petition for Disney or whatever to remove it from canon. Episode 8, yeah. To remove it from the canon, and I was just like, who cares that much? To make a petition and get 40,000 people to sign it on change.org. That's so ridiculous to me. I mean, yeah. So, I liked it. So, of course, being a musician, one of the things I really liked was the soundtrack. I mean, of course, anything George Lucas writes is amazing, but I particularly liked this soundtrack and how they used it. I thought there were moments like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have spoilers, so I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to click off this video if you don't want any spoilers. So okay, this isn't a big spoiler right now, so you're fine if you didn't click away, but here's a moment where Luke hands Leia the like little gold dice that Han Solo had, and so then it plays the like romantic theme, like the da 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 da. Wait, I'm accidentally singing Indiana Jones, but you know what I mean. The theme with Han and Leia, it plays that, and it was like a really touching moment for me, and I really liked that. And there were a lot of moments like that with like Luke's theme. There was, always incredible horn parts in movie soundtracks, but especially John Williams. He writes really good horn parts, so I'm pretty partial to his scoring. I like that they used a puppet for Yoda instead of animating it like they did in the prequels. I hated it the way it was animated in the prequels, but I mean, there's a lot to hate in the prequels, so yeah. I didn't like Luke in the beginning. I was just like, man, this guy's being super lame. He just wants nothing to do with helping out the cause. But as the movie went on, I grew to like him, especially the moment where Kylo tries to destroy him, and then like, of course, he wasn't like actually present, so Kylo couldn't destroy him. He was just sort of like, I don't know how to explain it, but he was, back on his island and then sort of like using the Force to appear as sort of like not, I don't know, he sort of like appeared, but he wasn't actually there, if that makes any sense. And the moment where he just sort of brushes his shoulder when Kylo didn't even make a scratch on him because he wasn't actually there, I enjoyed that sass. So I grew to like Luke a little bit more as the movie went on, but he started out being kind of lame. By the way, I'm sorry for the shaky camera, the sort of like vlog style review. I didn't have like a stand to put this on, so next video I will have it be more stable, but when I'm recording on my phone it's a little hard to do that. Anyway, moving on. Porgs. I sort of thought they were going to be obnoxious, sort of like how Minions and Despicable Me were super obnoxious, but I thought they were really cute and it wasn't excessive the way they were used. And that one scene where Chewbacca wants to eat one and then that one looks at him with the eyes and the like quivering lip. It was so cute. I don't know if I was just emotional the first time I saw it or what, but I was definitely like tearing up a little bit for that Borg. Is that pathetic? Probably. Another thing we need to talk about, the Leia scene. Now, if you haven't seen the movie, unless you've like been alive on the internet, you won't know what I'm talking about, but there's a scene where one of the Imperial aircrafts strikes the ship that Leia's in, and everybody who's on the bridge flies out, and then they're all in space, so everybody dies except for Leia, who just sort of like uses the Force to fly back to the ship. And it's like super weird and super awkward, and I don't understand. I feel like that would have been a really easy time to like kill off the character, since like Carrie Fisher died, but instead they just sort of keep her around and she uses the Force, which, I mean, I'm glad they didn't kill her off, but it seems like it would have been easier that way. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm open to other opinions, and, you know, I don't always stick to my initial thoughts, so. I liked the bits with Kylo and Rey, where they sort of were, like, connected through the Force or whatever. I think Snoke was the one that connected their minds, and I sort of liked the back and forth that they had, where, like, Rey was a little bit tempted by the dark side, and Kylo was tempted by the light. So it really makes me look forward to where the movie is going with it in the future. Okay, lastly, I was on Twitter, and somebody referred to Rose as the new Jar Jar, and I mean, it's just Twitter, so I didn't, like, lose it or anything, but I was just like, what are you talking about? Jar Jar was so freaking annoying in the prequels. Like, I didn't find Rose annoying at all, and maybe some people did, but I thought she was just fine. So I was just really confused as to how they could even compare them, you know, because I enjoyed Rose's character, but evidently somebody on Twitter did not, if they compared it to Jar Jar, because Jar Jar was freaking terrible. Terrible! I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a fair comparison, but let me know what you guys think, because, I don't know, maybe a case can be made for it. So, I think overall, I would give Star Wars The Last Jedi a 7.5 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10 on, like, a good day. It wasn't perfect, but I did really enjoy it, so I don't think it would be fair to give it less than a 7.5, given how much I liked it. And, you know, I did go back to see it a second time, and not just because my parents were going to see it, but because I wanted to see it again, so that is a good sign. Anyway, before I wrap things up, I wanted to let anybody who is a makeup fan out there, if they care about what I'm wearing the Stay Matte by Rimmel London in the color Plum This Show, and it looks kind of cranberry in the bottle, and that's more what it looks like in real life, but on camera it's picking it up as like really red. I could sort of hear my voice starting to go, but anyways, that's what I thought of the new Star Wars movie. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like if you feel so inclined. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers before the new year, so make it happen. But yeah, anyway, so I'll see you next time. Have a good one.